Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Emmy and welcome back to Soccer Sundays or Soccer Fridays. So I usually do Soccer Sunday videos where I talk about soccer and, what's going on in the soccer world. Usually I focus on the US women's national team or the women's teams. So this is usually a video that I would reserve for Sundays, but since we're getting closer to the Olympics, and I'm going to be every now and then posting about, soccer, especially with the U.S. women's national team because I love the U.S. women's national team. Pretty sure when we were all players, we all had dreams about being on the national team. But yeah, anyway, so I'm, my soccer videos are still going to be on Sunday. I just wanted to give an update about the U.S. training camp for, who have been, I want to read off the players who have been called up to the U.S. women's national team training camp. And this is going to be, so I think they have 3 friendlies are coming up, and then it's going to be time for the Olympics, which is a big deal because we love seeing the women's national team play. I needed that for my voice. So, this article can be found on ESPN. So, it starts by saying Megan Rapinoe, Carli Lloyd called into the United States training camp, Julie Ertz out. So, Megan Rapinoe, Carli Lloyd, and Alex Morgan who have been named to the United States women's national team training camp for 3 friendlies ahead of the delayed 2020 Olympic Games in Tokyo. And Alex Morgan had, this week, as I'm speaking, Alex Morgan is having a pretty good week, especially with Orlando Pride. Go Pride, because I'm a big Orlando Pride fan. Yeah, she had an awesome week this week with Orlando Pride. But yeah, Megan Rapinoe, Carli Lloyd, Alex Morgan. Yes, I am so happy that they're going to be going, especially when Alex Morgan is doing so well. I'm especially happy that Alex Morgan is going, too, because I think in the last one, she had a baby, and, that puts a lot of stress on your body, and it makes it hard to play. But due to the COVID restrictions and stuff like that, she had time to recover, and now she is playing again, which is awesome. So, article goes on to say, however, Chicago Red Stars midfielder Julie Ertz will miss out on the 23-player camp and friendlies as she continues to come back from a MCL injury. The U.S. coach, Vlatko Adanovsky, I'm sorry for butchering that. He says that Julie is fine. Of course, she has an MCL injury, and as we know, MCL injuries usually take time to heal, but she'll be great. She'll be good and ready to play in our send-off series. Right now, her progression is going well. So, the U.S. women's national team will play Portugal on June 10th at BBVA Stadium in Houston. So once again, the U.S. women's national team will play Portugal on June 10th, so you can save that date. Followed by a meeting with Jamaica on June 13th, also at BBVA Stadium. The U.S. will then travel to Austin to face Nigeria on June 16th. And it looks like this is going to be at 9 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2 at the Q2 Stadium. So the dates for those games, and I will repeat them. So Portugal, June 10th, Jamaica, June 13th, and then Nigeria, June 16th. So those are going to be some interesting games to watch. I'm looking forward to seeing those games. So the roster features 19 NWSL players and 4 from clubs in Europe. These matches will mark the final games before the U.S. coach Adanovsky chooses the final 18-player Olympic roster for Tokyo. And this part makes me really happy. So forward Tobin Heath will also join camp as a training player as she continues her comeback from a knee injury suffered in the spring while with Manchester United. So yeah, Tobin Heath had, I thought it was an ankle injury, but it was actually a knee injury. And so Tobin Heath is one of my favorite players. I'm wearing her jersey for Manchester United. But yeah, hopefully she does come back in time in order to play in the Olympics. Adanovsky also added about Heath in particular. Laura Harvey, our U20 coach, works with Tobin on the field. We have an athletic trainer that monitors her development, obviously because of her recovery and how well she has recovered. She was invited to come in camp as a training player because the next step of her recovery is a team environment or training with the team. And that's why we want to just help her out and make sure she is ready for the Olympics. So yeah, it would be so awesome if Tobin got to go to the Olympics again, because hopefully she will recover in time, especially if she's getting help from the other trainers and coaches. And yeah, Tobin I think she'll recover. I think she's gonna recover just fine. Like, she's a pretty tough player. She can take a beating. But yeah, that would be really awesome if we can see her back on the Olympic team. And I think with the help that she's getting, she will be back on the Olympic team. Or she'll be back in time for the Olympics. Okay, so the U.S. women's national team will also play 2 Olympic send-off matches against Mexico and East Hartford, Connecticut on July 1st and July 5th before leaving for Japan. So that's July 1st, July 5th against Mexico. It's like, just save the dates. Save all the dates. Okay, for the Olympic group stage, the team was drawn into Group G, where it will face Sweden, July 21st in Tokyo. Sweden, oh boy. New Zealand and Australia. So this could be a pretty tough group stage, especially with Sweden and Australia. I think the biggest one to be a little bit worried about would be Australia and maybe Sweden. I don't really know about New Zealand. But yeah, the game against Sweden is going to be July 21st. The game against the group stage against New Zealand, July 24th. And then Australia, it's going to be July 27th. And so if you're here to know the players that have been called up to this camp, I'm going to read them out to you now. So, for goalkeepers, we have Jane Campbell of the Houston Dash, Adriana Franch, Portland Thorns, and Alyssa Nair. So, defenders, Alana Cook, Abby Dalkemper, Tierna Davidson, Crystal Dunn, Kelly O'Hara, Margaret Pearce, Becky Sauerbrunn, Emily Sonnet. For midfielders, Lindsay Horan, Rose Lavelle, Katarina Macario, okay, Christy Mewis, Samantha Mewis, so both sisters, nice, and Andy Sullivan. Forwards, yay, Carly Lloyd, Alex Morgan, yes. Hey, Orlando Pride, we love Alex Morgan. So yeah, Carly Lloyd, Alex Morgan, Kristen Press, Megan Rapinoe, Sophia Smith, and Lynn Williams. And of course, Tobin Heath is going to be there as a training player. Hopefully she'll recover in time so that she can make those friendlies and hopefully be part of the team that goes to the Olympics. Anyway, that is all I have for you guys today, and I'll see you all in the next one. Later.